want to be careful, and this is where my own rationalizations may come into play, that we don't underrate trying to find an audience. Because I think a real problem with previous generations in media is that we didn't chase clicks. We decided that we were going to do some news for the rubes, and then some news for the people who were like the news junkies. But if the hard stuff just never attracted an audience, that was fine. It was the vegetables, it was over there. That we did it as kind of like you should do it, but it didn't have to be good. So I never want to take the responsibility off of us for making important things interesting. I never want to take the responsibility off of us for making it so people need to, I never want it to not be our problem to meet the audience halfway. That's what we think. If you want to ask what we think about a box every day, it is that. How do we build the bridge? If you've decided you want to learn about something, but you don't know anything about it, how do we make sure you can really learn about it? How do we make sure that we've given you something where you actually get a good, serious, sophisticated tour through that issue without any knowledge asked for in the first place? But chasing clicks can go way beyond that, right? And it does, every day, including for us. So one thing is to diversify business models. Very few of the big publishers, including Vox Media, just rely on a pure scale play. We need, if we're on advertising models, we need really good brands to want to be near our content. We want people to come to conferences. We have other things we're doing. Vox is making a Netflix show, Vox.com. We have people subscribing to our podcast, so we need partners to want to work with us. We need you all to want to subscribe. So you can't take it all the way, right? You can't just go pure scale. But I don't know. I will definitely say personally, and this is not a statement on behalf of Vox, I've been thinking a lot about whether there are parts of subscription revenues that are healthier, whether or not the move away from that is actually good for the media. Certainly the way the Times and New Yorker recently, and somewhat the Post and the Atlantic in the Trump era have been able to monetize subscriptions, I think has been pretty encouraging. And I think that there are some parts of subscriptions that are in some ways a healthier incentive set, or at least a good incentive set to have alongside other things. Again, that's not a statement of anything we are doing, it's just a statement of something I am thinking about. I think that we need to care more about loyalty than clicks, and I think the media is actually undergoing that change. We've been thinking about that a lot at Vox for a while now. But with what Facebook is doing, with what the different platforms are doing, I think everybody understands that just betting on whoever's giving you the most clicks right now for reasons that you don't control is not a safe way to build your organization. I think the kind of Facebook reckoning that media is going through is probably ultimately a healthy thing. I think a lot of people got way too attached to Facebook. I think that long term, there's always a business model in creating content people love. The question is, how do you know you're doing it, and how do you not mistake traffic for that? And so I think part of it is also being able to have that eye on your audience, and whether or not you're actually building something that if it went away, they would miss, as opposed to something that they just keep clicking on because they see things that grab their eye in Facebook. And so part of it is also just a cultural change. Remember, for a long time, we had a different business model, but we also had to figure out how to get people to read us, and we did. I see a lot of very positive signs in media. I see positive things in how some of the new platforms are creating their incentives. Podcasting, I think, is a really, really, really encouraging space. I think what that's asking of people with that kind of subscription, that kind of needing people to want you affirmatively, I think that's been really good for us. So I think there's a lot of good things going on. But I also think this is hard. I think we do need audience. I know we need audience. And so a lot of it has to be us checking ourselves. I know that's not a satisfying answer, but a lot of times hard questions don't have easy answers. Has reporting